Welcome back to another episode of Daily Fortnite, your daily podcast about Fortnite. I'm your host, Mikey, aka Mike Daddy, aka Magnificent Mikey, and there's no news to talk about, so we are going to reflect on FNCS Global Championship. All right, like I said, there's not any big news to talk about or anything, so I want to go back and talk about Global Championship and specifically the presentation and the crowd and how awesome I think it was. And this came to mind for me today because I was listening to the Fortnite podcast, and I have nothing but respect for those guys. They all do a great job at what they do. They're great broadcasters, but I just had to absolutely disagree with what they were saying about the crowd on the latest episode that they did. Now again, I was not there in person, so I can't really say firsthand that that I know what it felt like to be there. But I just think that this crowd and this presentation was amazing, and that is how you get people excited to watch these kind of events and to go to these kind of events. Because I heard them, and I'm just now getting to it because, again, my kids were sick all week. So today, it's just a Sunday, sit back and relax and rest. And, again, the kids have been sick all week, so they slept in late today. So I was just, while I was awake, I was just listening and catching up on some podcasts that I missed throughout the week. And the Fortnite podcast was one of them. And they were talking about how they did not enjoy this crowd, that they felt like they were cheering at the wrong things or at odd times, or that it seemed faked because there were speakers and microphones and a drum section, leading chants on. So they just kind of felt like it was disingenuous. And again, this was in Lyon, France. And again, in my experience, again, just from the little exchange student program that I did, this is not a fake experience. This is how it goes. And I just kind of feel disappointed that that there are some broadcasters out there that kind of felt like this was not a genuine experience. Go to events in the EU. This is what it's going to be like. And again, for me, as an American who goes to, I've been to many more events in America than I ever have in my life, but there's never been quite anything that I've never gone to anything in America quite like being at something in European countries, because they go wild there. Yes, they do. The fans know that they're there to be loud, that they're there, that they're part of the show. They do chant together. They do have planned songs and chants that they do together at any sort of event. It could be many different sort of musical events, sporting events, whatever. You're gonna get these kinds of crowds and these kinds of sections of crowds. And I think, again, to me, it just made the broadcast even better. I didn't notice that, any broadcasters might have been struggling with that or feeling like that was weird. So, again, they all did a great job. But just to hear them talk about how, like, it kind of felt awkward or it did make their job suffer, again, I just wouldn't get that. And again, hearing some confusion about, like, oh hey, well, they're booing some guys and they don't even get why it doesn't make sense, or of course they're cheering the home, the people who are close to home crowd. That again, go to any EU experience. That's what it's going to be like for any sort of sporting event. They are going to go extra hard for anybody they feel like, okay, this is who we're going to connect with, they're the closest to us in proximity, or this is just the best player that we decided we like. They're all going to jump on board. They're going to get behind those players. And same goes for the players that they feel like they don't like. These types of crowds, they are going to go in and say, okay, well, you know what, who we don't like? We don't like this guy. So this guy, whenever he gets mentioned, whenever he's showed on screen, they're going to get booed. Again, this is any kind of sporting event. And to me, it feels like a great wrestling event. Because they did kind of even mention, again, it's a little disappointing, talking about how being kind of hard to tell stories in this situation. Whereas you got to follow the crowd. You got to tell the stories that the crowd is telling. If they're really going for somebody, then, you know, make them the good guy, the fan favorite that the crowd is making. If they start booing somebody, you know, put some focus on them on the broadcast and make a story out of that, and how you know, they're trying to overcome the odds of being at this live event with the crowd being against them. You know, there's all kinds of stories you can go. Again, the other things that besides sporting events that we're talking about here, you know, I'm a big wrestling fan, and if you watch any wrestling event, when they go over, you know, most of it, the big companies are here in America, right? But then they go to Canada, they go to Mexico, they go to Europe. Some of these wrestlers who are from these countries get booed here in America, but then when they go to their home countries around the world, whether it's, you know, Canada, Mexico, Australia, Germany, you know, these wrestlers are getting, you know, whereas most of the time they're getting booed, they're getting huge, you know, applause and cheers and songs being sung for them when they're being, you know, in a, you know, performing in a arena close to their home country. So you got to go along. You got to play along with the story. You got to adjust. And again, I'm excited to see more FNCS LAN events in Europe because of the crowds. And again, I really do hope that these sort of crowds do show up more in America for esports events like Fortnite. I would love to see that because, again, it just would make it so much more exciting and fun to watch as a viewer at home, seeing how much the crowd is into it. Again, you know, I am a fan of sports in general. I'm a fan of soccer, and you know, again, I happen to live in Seattle, so I'm just lucky that we have every major sport here for both men and women. And so I get to go to men's games. I get to go to you know, I get to go to men's games. I get to go to women's games for soccer. And again, here in America, we're taking from the European crowds. You go to a soccer game in America, you're going to get crowds like that, where you are you're getting sections of the crowd where they have big drums and they have people waving flags. They have like a person that has been, you know, like an elected fan general who is leading that section in the songs and the chants. You know, yeah, I would love to see something like that at Fortnite events. So yeah, I just think it was really great to see, and you know, just something I wanted to look back on and reflect and kind of hear that, you know. And again, it wasn't just them, it wasn't just the broadcast team. After they mentioned it, looking up, there was you know, there are, you know, I guess people who are just not used to seeing crowds react that way, who weren't a fan of it. But for me, I was a big fan, and I think it just adds to the show. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to look back and reflect on that. Again, no big news today, so let's take a look at how many people are playing this game. Blitz has 55,000, Battle Royale 52,000, Reload 35,000, OG 24,000. We got Battle Royale Zero Build with 111,000, Reload Zero Build with 18,000, OG Zero Build 20,000, Festival 5,000, Odyssey 10,000, Reload Ranked 31,000, Reload Zero Build Ranked 3,000, Battle Royale Ranked 3,000, Zero Build Ranked 3,000, Ballistic or Ranked Ballistic 4,000, Party Royale 1,000, Creative 3,000, Brick Life 1,000, Save the World 9,000. Let's see here for some other modes. Craft a Plane has 351, Go Garden 1,400, Mafia Heist, Roguelike 839, The Ranked Aim Edit Peace and 1v1 344, Vibe Place 235, Drive City All Weapons 285, Boss Survival 72, Infinite Box Fights Free for All 87, Fort M 409, and there's a whole lot more to be discovered in the Discover tab. On a Sunday, our peak number was 1.575, so 1,575,000 was our peak numbers here on a Sunday. Again, still really high numbers, kind of what we'd been seeing, in summer days, and I think that's really good competing with football on a Sunday. So, some nice numbers we saw there. And let's take a look at the Quest tab and give you some reminders for Quest. Let's see here. Am I not set on? Oh, I'm set on Blitz right now. Okay, so looking at Quest, so we can give you the reminder. Get in there, do your, just play so you can get 10 account levels. Or alternatively, you could win 2 reload matches as well to get that D-Res Destroyer pickaxe. Finish up your Champions Road 2025 stuff. We are still working on collecting boons to summon the Black Ranger, so keep playing so that we can collect those boons. We're at 71% though, so I bet by tomorrow that'll be done, and then we're going to be working on I'm guessing that looks like the Pink Ranger will be next, and then do your story, your expertise, do your weeklies, do your dailies, milestones, and of course do your rank for those rank rewards. Competitive wise, let's take a look at what happened today on a Sunday. We saw the duos ranked cup for reload happen, and let's see if these leaderboards are working today. Nope, not for that one. Let's see if the leaderboard's working for the duos console victory cash cup. And not for this one either. Bummer. Let's see if either of these OG cups are gonna give us like accurate leaderboards. Here we go. The OG cup or squads. And this is the build one. This looks like it went to Impale, 2 AM, Unemployed Bum, and Marks. Right, they had 10 matches with 8 victory royales. And then let's see here, their average eliminations was again 280, or sorry, that's how many eliminations they had total. Their average eliminations was 28.7, with 287 eliminations total in those 10 matches. Their average placement was 1.9, of course. I mean, they won 8 out of 10 matches. So, basically almost first, but because of those other 2 matches, they, his average points was almost second. Average points was 113.5 per match, and then elimination points 574 to placement points 561. Wow, That is amazing stuff there. I mean, the second place team also played all 10 matches, but only got 5 victory royales. So they had 3 more victory royales than the team that did next best, and outscored them by about 100. I guess that's 136 points is what they outscored them by. So good on them, good work. Let's see if the zero build OG Cup will have a working leaderboard as well. Looks like it does. This team also, this was Mullet Mace, Hot Rod, Kibble, and Ghost Camnuts. This team, it looks like they're an American team, so let's go NA. And also, again, 10 matches with 8 wins. Their elimination total was 321. So 8 victory royales, averaging 32 eliminations, 32.1 eliminations per match. Their average placement was, again, 2. Because of those 2 matches where they didn't win. Their average points, 120. 642 elimination points in total, and 562 placement points. So you can see that these OG Cups, they are really going, and this is squads, right? So if you get a really good squad together, like, you know, some, you know, top of the line players, there's a lot of eliminations to be had because you're going up against big teams. So you're getting big eliminations in these squad modes, and that tells you, you know, if you plan on playing any of these kinds of things with your friends in these competitive cups or anything, you're gonna need to work on being aggressive, W keying, and getting your eliminations up for these squad modes. All right. Fun thing to look at there. Let's head on over to the item shop now and see what's in the item shop today. Okay, special offers and bundles, of course. Cars, gorillas. Snoop Dogg is still here, but getting ready to leave. Lionel Messi's still here. Jam Tracks. You got Jehovah's Locker still here. Kicks, of course. That What's Poppin' bundle is still here, but getting ready to leave. So are those llama items. We got the Swamp Scale Wrap for 300. The Metronome Drums for 800. The Drum Roll Emote for 200. You got the Kite Emote for 500. Tri Hook Pickaxe for 500. Devourer's Bane Pickaxe for 800. The New World Flyer Glider for 500. The Rustler outfit with the Leather Lugger back bling for 1,200. Special Forces outfit for 1,200. The Vibin emote for 500. The Whirlwind emote for 500. We got the Guardian Lin outfit with the Dragon's Rest back bling for 1,200. The Chopper outfit with the Road Flare back bling for 1,200. The Flytrap outfit with the Flytrapper back bling for 2,000. Starfish outfit with Anemone back bling for 1,500. The Power Rangers still here, of course. The No Sweat section is still here, but it's getting ready to leave. Isaac Unbound bundle is still here. Black Cat, Iron Spider. They are getting ready to leave. Iron Legion bundle and Hulk. Well, Iron Legion bundle still here to stay, it looks like, but Hulk is leaving, and now Daredevil bundle has returned. Oh, Beavis and Butthead still here, but they are getting ready to leave. So if you're a big Beavis and Butthead fan, you better get them now before they're gone. The Witcher section is still here. Futurama has returned, so you can get all your Futurama items. The Peacemaker items are still here. We got some new Victory Vibes emotes. I lied, I'm sorry emote for 500 V-Bucks. And Somebody That I Used to Know emote for 500 V-Bucks. All right. We got the Kai Sanat items still here, and that looks like everything today. You can get any and all of these items using code Mikey, MMMIKIE, in the item shop, and some of the proceeds will go to help support the show. For item of the day today, whoa, my goodness, what am I going to give it to? There's some good stuff in here, of course. I want to take a look at how much is this going to be if you don't own anything. 2,200. I really like that. So, item of the day today. It's going to be a bundle that was already here, which I don't normally do, but this bundle is just so good, and I like it better than anything else that was rotated into the shop today. That I am going to make again, I don't even know who this creator is, but Jehovah's Locker bundle is a really good job. So whoever Jehovah is, great job picking this out. I really love Triggerfish. These two emotes are popular emotes. I like the Laser Chomp Glider. The Party Animal Pickaxe is great. So if you get all of that, and I really love the back bling that comes with Triggerfish. The Coral Commandos, man, they are a fun one. Sing songs whenever you eliminate somebody. Always feels good to have that one. So yeah, I already own Triggerfish, so I can get the bundle for 1,000 V-bucks. But if you don't own any of this, it's still just 2,200 V-bucks, which again, to me, in my eyes, that is a great deal versus a ton of great items that was put together for this locker bundle. So there you go. That is your item of the day today. All right, and with that being said, we need to get to comments from the community now that we're getting close to getting out of here. So let's see here what we have from the community over on YouTube. Winston Shep says, "Hi, Mikey, big fan. I was wondering if you think the Mythic MK7 would be a good S+ drop pod drop pod weapon if they made it so it would drop closer to you in game. I love the podcast, by the way. Keep doing what you are doing. I love it." Hey, thank you so much, Winston, for that. And do I think that would make a great S+ drop? Yeah, the MK7 is powerful. It shoots fast. You give me a mythic version, then yeah, you're telling me it's going to be a really powerful version, right? So yeah, I think would be. And I like your idea of having those pods drop a little bit closer to you. Especially when you're unlocking, higher tier items. As somebody who, needs all the help I can get. Yeah, I would love for those pods to drop closer, so somebody doesn't, defeat me as I'm trying to get my own pod, or somebody doesn't get to it before me if I'm in the middle of getting third party by someone. All right, thank you. That's all we had on YouTube. Let's see here. DJ Ellie or Eli says, "Can you list 3 Fortnite tips to improve your gameplay? Maybe also at the end of each episode as well." That would be very useful and gratefully appreciated. Yes, I'm sure that would. That's a lot. Now, when I first started this podcast, the premise was I was giving you a single tip a day to get better, and that was back in the beginning of the game when the game was still fairly new, and when there were still a lot of things being innovated by players in the game for gameplay and how to play this game. So again, to me, go back and listen to those early episodes. That is going to be a great way to learn stuff if you're just starting out, because a lot of it still applies. And then, the other thing is, I just don't know. Like, I don't know if I could do 3 a day. Like when new seasons come out, then I usually talk about like, oh, here's some new locations that I like, or if like some brand new weapons come out, I'll talk about like what I like about them and if I like using them in my loadout or not. But yeah, 3 tips a day. As the person podcasting, you don't want to feel like you're just like repeating things over and over. So I don't want to go back and just like repeat tips that I know I've said before. So I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I'll give you 3 tips to help improve your gameplay today, right? Okay, so, and again, I don't know how new of a player you are, so I don't know what level you're at or how advanced you are, but these are basic things. Okay, so when you're dropping out of the battle bus, pay attention to the path that the battle bus is on, because you will be able to kind of map out in your head where are the likely areas that people are dropping. What locations are getting the most people dropped at, and then you can base your rotation into the circles based off of that, kind of avoiding areas where there could be a lot of players. And you might be thinking, yeah, but I want to get a lot of eliminations. Well, if your main goal is to get to the end game and get a win, you don't want to go into a location that might have like 20 random people in it and you don't know where they are when you're going into it, because then you might find yourself in a situation where you are in the middle of whether you're playing solos or duos or trios or squads, whatever, you might find yourself in the middle of some crossfire, and you find yourself surrounded by a bunch of people all targeting at you because you ended up in the middle of them. So go around the areas that most likely have a lot of people. Stick on the edge of the storm, because then you know that people aren't behind you. So again, eliminating the surprise attack. And get in there, because the game's been around so long now. You have to have some decent mechanics. You need to get in, you need to do some some editing courses so that you can get better at editing. You need to do some piece control courses so that you can get better at that. You need to do some aim courses so you can get better at your aiming. Those are all things that are basic things that can help you improve your gameplay, and especially the aiming and the editing. Those are just like things that there are things that I don't have time to work on and keep getting better at all the time. But if you have the time, and it is something that you are wanting to improve your play in the game, those are things that you can do and should be doing to make sure that you're at the top of your game. GG's bro says, I love your episodes, man. I can't even lie. I genuinely hope that you are even more successful in the near future. Hey, I appreciate that, GG's. I just love the community here. Any success I experience is all thanks to you, and I appreciate any of it. Let's see here. Strawberry Elephant says, Strawberry Elephant. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Strawberry Elephant. The Black Templar gave a thumbs up. All right, thank you. And Yam says, probably commented too late today, but I really do like the Peacemaker items. I finally got the chance to play some more, and I really like the Stark Blitz Island because it's reminded me of how fun the Marvel season was. I think we need Marvel permanently in creative. I also love the Hollow Twister AR. It's easily the best AR of all time for me. Nice. And yeah, I bet a lot of people would love to have Marvel in creative. It would all just be up to Disney and Marvel to allow that to happen. And we know that, there's big things coming, between Fortnite or Epic and Disney in the future. So, I guess just keep your ears peeled, and when all that kind of news starts coming out, maybe that will be something that happens. All right, thank you, Yam, for your comment. Let's see here. We did YouTube, we did Spotify, but today's a Sunday. That means we need to get over to Apple Podcasts and read any reviews that happened in the last week. We do got some. Let's see here. Pac-Man 3000 says, "Hi, Mikey. I'm almost at the free skin at level 100, and I wanted to ask your username on Fortnite. And great show." Awesome. Thank you, Pac-Man. My username is Mikey Games. MMMIKIEGAMES. And yeah, you can send a friend request to me. I'll accept it. Again, for the last couple years, or a few years, whatever it's been now, I just have not had a setup or time where I can play very often with users. Again, with the rearranging my kids' bedrooms and house and garage, I might have a gaming setup where I'm not bothering anybody else when I play late at night or early in the morning. So hopefully my chances of playing with you guys are going to increase as we finish this project of rearranging rooms and garage and all that. Let's see here. Poibu says, "Fortnite skin. I have Poly UNSC Blue Army Trailblazer tie, and I'm getting 2 new skins tonight." All right, awesome. That was 3 days ago, so I hope you ended up getting the ones you wanted. Let's see here. The Bomb Ronaldo CR7 says, "Fortnite, please add me in Fortnite. Also love the pod." Hey, thank you so much. And I just said what my username was, so if you want to send me a request, I will gladly accept it down the line. And down the line, maybe we will have a chance to play together. Again, no guarantees, everybody. That just because I accept your friend request and you're on my friend list, that we will actually play together. Anytime soon, or even possibly ever. I don't know, but I do accept the friend requests, and there is always a chance. All right. All right, and that looks like all the comments today. So thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the show. Make sure you go join the Daily Fortnite Discord and hang out with us. Follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Head over to Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star rating and a written review for a shout-out on the show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And until next time, have fun, be safe, and don't get lost in the storm.